If he was doing a full-time job and doing that, then he's like a legit hero. Right now, he's like a quasi-hero.
All right.
How you feeling over there? You rigged up?
Yeah, I'm good to go. I'm just gonna get a dab ready.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait like 15 minutes to get high. Liz is blowing my lighter. All of hers is not working.
Well, well, you guys get that set up.
I'm not worried about it. She's just gonna pass it to me whenever she comes down.
There you go. I'm gonna go ahead and get this intro rolling and say, ladies and gentlemen, let's do a Shedtime podcast in 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Shedtime. What is Shedtime, you ask? Well, it's code for the consumption of cannabis, but it's much more than that. Shedtime's a state of mind. It's art, it's music, it's cryptocurrency, technology, it's food, it's vaping. It can be whatever you want it to be, as long as you're not letting the bastards get you down, not being a dick, and making it fun. When you're in the shed, it's whatever your mind allows you to create. So now let's get to the Shedtime Podcast.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Shedtime Podcast, your weekly dose of shedliness. And boys, I tried the Post Malone Oreos.
How were they?
So they were bad. Okay. Nice. I'm not missing out.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it's everything I hoped it would be.
All right. Well, I'm sure that I'm going to get to try them. I hope that I'm hoping.
I'm hopeful that they last long enough that when they're still around in April. I'm very.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
very
even 2 months
hopeful.
away.
Yeah. Right.
So.
Like, because man, the salted caramel shortbread cream that they did, it's really a nice combo. And how can you hate on the classic Oreo and golden Oreo being used together? Like, you get like everything good that Oreo offers out of their two mainstays and this fantastic filling.
You know what they kind of remind me of? Like, obviously they're not the same, but you remember like the off-brand like Oreo things back in the day that would do the one gold
would do the
and
split.
one.
Yeah, but it had the white cream filling.
Yeah, it just had the standard white cream filling, but you get the golden cookie on one side and the chocolate on the other.
They're actually pretty good.
Yeah.
There was like a no-name brand up here. Like
I think Keebler made a version at one point.
Oh no, up here it was like legit off-brand, like not a brand.
Yeah, it would be like your local style.
Oh, ours were too. I'm just saying. I think that they might have at one point.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Keebler did.
Dude, Keebler could have even made them. They tasted so good though.
Yeah, they were fire, dude.
I mean, real talk. That's why for the longest time I didn't like actual Oreos. Like, I really preferred those knockoff brands like that. Something about that chocolate cookie was better to me.
Oh, I know what it was. But you want to know why? Because it was more chocolate, dude. It was like more of like I don't even know how to describe it. It was like more brown.
Yeah,
that's the only way I could describe it.
No, like it was more of like a traditional milk chocolate style than like the darker chocolate style of a regular Oreo.
Yeah, because honestly, dude, like if there was no cream on like a regular Oreo cookie, they're like almost bitter.
I don't disagree.
I don't like them by themselves. That's for damn sure. If it didn't have the cream in it, bro,
I wouldn't eat them if they didn't have the cream in it either. Honestly, the amount of times that I'll eat a regular Oreo over any other Oreo is really like it's 1 in 100. Like, give me the lemon, give me the golden, give me the fucking chocolate mint.
I love
whatever
the
other
cream
ones,
Oreo.
Man.
Oh, that's still one of my all-time favorites. Dude,
especially if you dip them in some milk chocolate.
Like chocolate milk, you mean?
No, into milk
like
chocolate.
actual milk chocolate.
Oh,
like dip them and coat them in milk chocolate.
Oh yeah, dude. Do you guys ever have those ones that have like the white fudge outside? Probably not.
No,
not James, but with that. I have.
They're all right, huh? Like they're pretty good. I don't
honestly
dislike them, but
have you tried the Nutty Buddy one or Nutty Bar, whatever the fuck it's called? Nutty Buddy, yeah, Nutty Buddy's the cookie.
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't have Nutty Buddies up here, so I've only ever had the regular Nutty Buddies, like on occasion that I've been.
It's the same idea. It's the the peanuts shaped sandwich cookie, and
Nutter Butters.
Nutter butter. There we go. That's what it is. Nutty Buddy is
Dude,
the,
Nutty
those
Buddy's the
dipped in
Little Debbie.
Dude, those dipped in milk chocolate as well are fire. My mom used to
Yes.
take those, bro, and she dipped one side in peanut butter chocolate and then the other side in milk chocolate.
Oh shit!
Bro.
Triple up on your peanut butter and get some chocolate
Damn,
fix.
Dude, they're so fire.
Dude, homemade baked goods though, like honestly, are they not just the truth? Like as
Mhm.
much as I love like Little Debbie's or like up here, like I love Vashon, like cakes or whatever. None of that shit really fucks like anywhere close to as heavy as like some homemade goodness, man. Like I need to have somebody's like homemade little like fucking raspberry or apple ham pies. That's what I need to find instead of eating like a Little Debbie's pie, which are fire. Like I love them, but I would like a homemade version of that.
Yeah, like you got to find one of them little markets or whatever where like
Yeah, they probably have them
local
at, like an
townspeople.
Amish bakery or something, you know?
Oh, for sure.
I need to actually like fuck around and like go to some like Amish spots this summer. There's a lot of Amish people that live like.
I
pretty
mean,
close to, like,
you're
where I
gonna
live.
pass right through Amish country on your way to Ohio.
Well, I don't know how much time I'm gonna have for that then, but there
Hey,
is
all
a
you gotta do
reasonable
is
amount of
stop
interest.
off the highway. I'm sure you can find the Pennsylvania Dutch somewhere, and you'd be like, "Where the apple pies at?"
That's actually true. Well, no, but I want like a little ham pie though. I don't want like a full pie. That's what I want. I want a little ham pie, dipped in glaze. Oh yeah. Just like I want a homemade version of the Little Debbie ham pies.
What now? Now you might be getting too sinful for the Amish. you sounded a little too sinful when you said dipped in glaze.
Well, this is the thing. So it's funny. The other day, like somebody was at the house and we were like talking about stuff, and there was it was like Amish people were brought up, and he's like, "Yeah, it's so bizarre." He's like, "The Amish people, like, they can't drive, they can't use power, all that stuff, but you take them away, and you're like, they're working for you. They'll be like grabbing fucking corded drills, fucking corded saws, let you drive them places, but like they can't do it." So
Yep.
it's just like this weird like acceptance. Like they're allowing themselves to like use these things, but they are not the ones that are allowed to fucking be doing it for themselves. Does that make sense?
Oh,
Like you
100%.
can pay
Yeah.
them money to fucking use power tools.
Yeah,
They're not
if
gonna use
you
power
if you
tools.
hire Amish woodworkers, they're willing to use the tools you provide them because that's in service of the work. But 100%, if they're going to build, for themselves, they're going to use traditional hand tools.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like their craftsmanship it has stood the test of time for so long. There's a reason why Amish made furniture and woodworking is as revered as it is. Like their hand carving skills are next level.
And you
That's
know,
a
like they
dying
honestly
art.
are they're kind of priced that way too, though. Like you instantly are like, oh well, they're Amish, they're gonna give you a deal. It's like, nah, they don't really give you too much of a deal. Like it's still expensive.
They're not dumb. Lumber ain't cheap.
Yeah,
No, but
know?
like they
just
do
because
all
they
the
don't
milling
use technology
themselves,
doesn't mean they're
bro.
fucking idiots. They know what they're doing.
I mean, that's true.
They know how to do math, Chris.
Yeah, but like, dude, they don't even pay taxes. Like, they don't need to make as much money. You know,
I mean,
Dude, you know
Quality or
what-
not.
You know
Ah.
what's crazy though, bro, is the whole Rumspringer thing where they get to like just take off for however long they want and just fucking experience the world. And then
Yeah, it's
whenever
actually
they
cool.
decide to, they can just come back if they want.
Yeah, or they can just
Or
ride it
not.
out. And it's so funny too because like I learned shit like that from like movies. I
Yeah.
never knew. You know what I mean? I never knew any of that stuff.
100%.
Like even like Kingpin. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't Rumspringer, but like it was like just that similar vibe of like a Rumspringer kind of shit.
I tell you, like it was wild when we were coming back from Ohio. We pulled off in somewhere in Pennsylvania, just off the highway real quick to go grab something to drink and maybe use a bathroom or whatever. And like right as we pull off, we come on down this road. Here comes two carriages with a couple of Amish families just riding their way down to the store or whatever. And I was like, I've never experienced this till now. This is cool as hell. Definitely a simpler life, man. A little bit more A bit more labor, but a simpler life nonetheless. They're not worried about a TikTok ban.
No, they're not. They're worried about like well, no, actually, I shouldn't say that. I'm gonna just hold back that comment. It was probably
That might be in bad taste there, Chris.
No, I just think that it might not be like some people might be offended by what I was about to say. I don't think that you guys would be, but like I have to remember this is not just a conversation between the two of us, or the three of us.
Yeah,
more people.
Other people hear this show too.
Yes. Yeah, so I should probably just not say that. But yeah, they're definitely not worried about those kinds of things, man. Like they're not worried about the cool clothes because they wear all the same clothes.
Dude, come on,
they're not worried about like colors because the guys always wear like, black pants and like denim shirts, and the women always wear just black dresses.
Like I said, that hat is fire though.
Oh, that for like the men?
Yeah, that is a fire hat.
I actually think so because, like I said, I see a lot of them around here. I actually think that it's so fucking adorable seeing like a 4 or 5-year-old kid with a fucking hat that is big enough for a grown ass man to wear. Yes. And they just are so fucking happy, bro. And like, I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but like the minute that the weather gets warm enough, like Amish kids don't wear shoes. You'll see them walking down a fucking highway, like an asphalt highway, in bare feet. They'll all be like getting off school and they're just walking down the road in bare feet. Like they don't even wear fucking shoes.
I'll tell you what, Chris. There's not a whole lot of Amish people out this way. So I ain't never seen no Amish kids.
Okay. Well, I have, and James, you'd trip out, bro. You just see them. They're just like it's like nothing's different at all. They're just like kids walking home from school, and then you get closer and they're like all in their bare feet, dude. Like walking down like a shoulder of a fucking road that you do like 55 on. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like it just blows me away. Not until it starts to get cold. Dude, even into October you'll see kids walking around with no shoes.
It's funny because like, that just reminds me
October, man.
That just reminds me of the tree people, man. The fucking tree people? Yeah, bro, the tree people.
Is that like a real thing?
Yes, it's 100% a real thing.
Tell me about this tree people. What is
they are? They are a group in what I would call feral human category. They just travel around vagrant style. I wouldn't call them homeless because it's like a active choice to like.
It's like gypsies vibe.
Yeah, like gypsies almost, where it's like they just kind of hang together in groups and they'll climb trees in public parks and just sleep in the limbs of a tree and then climb down in the morning. Yeah, that's why they get caught. That's why they got known as the tree people. Because like they're just a bunch of like earthy, crunchy, gypsy hippie types that like they just want to live like that nomadic lifestyle.
Kind of like those ones from Without a Paddle. The girls that lived in the tree with the armpit.
Maybe can't say
you guys remember? Oh, dude, Without a Paddle, bro.
Oh, dude, I remember that. That had like
had Seth Green, fucking Dak Shepard, and fucking
the guy from Scream. Matt something.
Yeah, I forget his fucking
name. Was it Matthew Lillard?
Yes,
Matthew. Thank you, Sean.
It was the three of them. It was a buddy comedy where it's like they were trying to go find. What's the guy's name?
I don't remember, but it was like a lot of story.
It had to do with like kind of like a real life story, sort of. But like they just there's like, you remember that dude that like robbed that bank a long time ago and then fucking jumped out of a plane and was never found.
DB Cooper, yep.
DB Cooper. So it was pretty much them reminiscing and talking about, oh, remember when we were kids and we wanted to go find the DB Cooper's treasure or whatever, and there's like kind of flashbacks to them in the treehouse talking about it, and then all of a sudden they meet back up like years later, like
in their late 20s.
Yeah, exactly. And they decide to go on the fucking trip, and it starts off with just standard buddies in a canoe fucking going down the fucking river. And obviously, as you could tell by the name of the movie, Without a Paddle, at some point they end up not only without a paddle but without a boat. And it's pretty much the movie's them trying to figure out how they're fucking gonna get out of here, and then also other things happen, and it's fucking hilarious, dude. I love
it's
that
like
fucking
right in
movie.
that same time
It's in that
frame as like the
era.
American Pie.
Exactly.
It was
It's in
2004.
It's
I
in
just
those
Googled
eras of
it.
movies, Sean.
Yeah.
Like if you like
Yeah.
those movies, bro, you would dig this, dude.
This
It's
was
not-
this
it's
was in
pretty hilarious.
I would recommend this movie, bro, as like a dumb like buddy comedy. I would 100% rec this movie, dude.
this is one of those fun examples where like if we look at how the public rates a movie versus how like the
it's one of
actual
those,
critics
dude.
rate, 100%.
It's one of them, dude. For sure.
It's got a 15% on Rotten
Dude,
Tomatoes, but at least is pulling a 5.8 on IMDb and Prime Video. Like,
I actually watched a podcast not too long ago, which was like a reunion because Dax Shepard has his podcast Armchair Experts, and then he had Seth Green and Matt on the show to like reminisce because it was like the anniversary of like them filming Without a Paddle, and they just talked about like filming the movie and like crazy stories and like shit that happened like along the way and stuff like that. It was actually a pretty fucking funny podcast, dude.
fucking Burt Reynolds is in it? Holy
Yes,
shit.
dude.
I'll be damned. That is such a random A-lister to just pull for like a random character.
But dude, when you see him in it, it makes so much sense.
Also, like I feel like you can lose that A-lister status, and like I think that by that time Bert had lost that A-list status.
Eva Longoria's in it? Holy shit.
Is she?
Yeah.
Dude, it's been so long. I only really remember like the three main characters and a couple of like some wild things that happened, dude. Because it's one of those ones where
I'm gonna guess that there must be some like talking bear or something.
no, but there's a bear in the movie.
Because it says something about her being a grizzly bear.
Oh, you know what? There may have been like a slight.
Well, I think
like,
that they tripped in
dream
the
scene.
movie,
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah, I think there was like a dream sequence or something of that nature where maybe the bear talked.
I would maybe assume, and that's clearly how Eva Longoria shows up, because she's not actually like acting, obviously.
Yeah, well, she would have been pretty
like,
young
physically.
at that time. 2004. She's probably like my age, so she was probably like 24, 25. But yeah, I would say that that's like if you're like a millennial, like a young Gen X.
Yeah, the elder millennial group.
If you're born before 95.
Yeah, probably between like the late 70s to 95, you probably would fuck with that movie.
Yeah, 95 at the latest.
Yeah, seeing when that came out, it totally makes sense that I missed it. Like that's that rabbit ears era of my life when like we had no internet and we were running the rabbit ear TV.
I don't think I went and saw it in the theater, but I definitely watched it on TV.
Like
I definitely did not see it in the theaters either.
That's definitely why it was something I wasn't as familiar with.
Might have rented it maybe. Because that was in the back in the movie rental days.
I mean, Blockbuster was definitely still open.
Because dude, that not only that, but that's also I think the beginning of Netflix when you would actually fucking get the DVD sent to you. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but Netflix wasn't always a streaming service. At one point, you'd sign up, and it was like a red box, dude, to where you'd go online, pick however many movies. I think you had a limit of like 2 or 3 movies, and like you could sit there and you could watch it as many times as you want, but you don't get your the next movie in your lists until you send at least one back. So you'll send it back, and then a few days later you'll get once they receive it, they'll send out the next one, and then you could just cycle movies. And there's even like a video game version of this at one point too. I think it was called GameFly.
Yep.
That's
correct.
Yeah, dude, I used to do that, dude. And you would rent a game, play it until you fucking beat it, then send it back and get something new.
My buddy, I don't know if it was like his cousin or his older brother or whatever, but he used to do that shit with PlayStation games, and then his brother would burn them.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And so he would have like every fucking game because he had like his PlayStation like unlocked or whatever.
But yeah, dude, that's crazy to think about because Dude, we've lived through a couple different eras of outside theater movie watching. You know, went from VHS, being able to go to, you know, your Blockbusters, your Hollywood Videos, your movie rental places, and renting the VHSs, to the transition to DVDs and Blu-rays, and then all the way to digital, bro.
Yeah, and all within like the span
To
of
where now
20 years.
And now we're getting to the point where movies aren't even going to theaters; they're just getting released straight to streaming services.
Yep.
So it's like we're completely even skipping the theater now at this point.
Well, I mean,
and there's like big movies that skip the theater.
Oh, for sure, dude.
They did a lot of that, even like straight to video. Like, let's be honest, The Crow. As a fan of the Crow series,
dude, I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna say this, Sean. You can be a fan, but like there wasn't a lot of hype around that, and like the average person had no idea. So like, I wouldn't be surprised if that had went straight to video.
No, well, but this is my point. Like, that's a film where that one was in theaters. Every subsequent one, except for like I think the very most recent one they just did, they were all just straight to video release. Like,
yeah, it's like
right
I never knew they
VHS
did
tape.
any other than the first one.
Yeah.
And then obviously the most recent one, because that one actually kind of promoted a bit.
Yeah, and that one pissed a lot of people off too, because it was like, how are you just gonna remake the original story? Like, we always accepted you taking the concept and continuing, but now you're gonna take the original storyline and make a brand new Eric Draven. People were like, I'm not feeling that. I haven't seen it, so I'm not gonna speak on it.
I have not seen it either.
Like
I've honestly never seen anyone other than the original one.
I feel like the movie industry is in such a weird space right now.
You're not wrong.
Where it's just like because like, dude, think just about the lack of the amount of comedies that we used to get on a constant, bro, mixed in with some, you know, action adventure, you know, your rom-coms, your dramatics, and all that stuff. Like, dude, that I feel like in the 90s, early 2000s, bro, fucking movies were fucking the shit, dude.
You know what?
Like, there was always something good
James,
coming out.
I feel like part of the reason is this. In like certain time frames, there was like a lot more people that were famous that made those kinds of movies. Where like now most of the famous comics, they're doing like Netflix series.
Well,
They're
no, dude,
like
they're
Burt
trying.
Kreischer did the movie, and like that was probably, I don't know if it did well or not.
This is the thing, though, Chris, is these guys are writing the movies. They're just not getting greenlit. That's the problem. Is like, all of these dudes are writing them
to have in them, though. Maybe there's just not.
That's
the
not
actors
it has nothing to do with that. It just Hollywood just does not want to make the comedy. They don't.
The studio doesn't want to do.
The studio doesn't want to put
risky.
up the money. Exactly. They want.
Okay, here's a question. This is like a legit question. How many? Actually, not even how many. Can you name to me someone who's like a comedic actor that's under the age of 35 that can star in a movie right now?
There's somebody that actually just made and starred in his own comedy movie because Hollywood said no. So they said, fuck it, and made it on their own. It's called Let's Start a Cult with Stavros Halkias.
Okay, so
he's definitely not like your standard movie star guy. He's a Chris Farley, John Belushi type, you know, guy. But the dude's fucking fun, and he just decided to do it on his own because he saw the lack of it and was like, fuck it, if they're not going to allow us to do this. He went and got with a little, you know, indie studio with a fucking small ass budget and just fucking did it themselves. I think it's actually on Hulu. I think I might watch it tonight. But
so like just by you saying that, right? It's like obviously not the traditional kind of thing, and I guess the times do change.
Well, dude,
but
not only that, but like
if you think in the 90s though, or the 2000s, right? There was people like Chris Farley that was starring in movies doing comedy. There was like people like Adam Sandler. There was like so many different people that were like doing those movies, like Will Ferrell, and all those guys are old now.
They didn't just disappear, Chris. They're still there. They're just not making the movies.
Who's replacing them though?
They're replacing them with Marvel and all these IP movies, the ones that, you know, have a fan base already. That's why you're getting all these Transformers and Marvel movies and, you know, Batman and Superman and all these book adaptations and all that sort of stuff, because they don't want to come up with new, fresh ideas. They're going to use stuff that they know is already selling in some market somewhere. And they're like, oh, let's do this.
Like indie, like things like beyond what you were just talking about, like maybe not indie, but like smaller studio ones, or like those
for
going
sure.
straight to
But you're not
Netflix,
going to
like...
see them because there's nothing pushing them. You know what I mean? It's going to be hard to see these types of movies unless you're searching for them or you're tapped into that lane. You know what I mean? The average person isn't going to see a you know, independent comedy movie that has no big names or anything behind it if there's no push. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, like that shit like then sold, so like all the big people were getting pushed and all of the big like companies were pushing these big people because it made sense for them. And I understand what you're saying, like right now,
because the shift really happened after like all these big superhero movies and stuff started coming out, if you didn't notice, because that was in that early 2000s. Around that time, even Without a Paddle came out, was within that time frame is when like the first Iron Man movie came out. You know what I mean?
Transformers
and stuff like that. And then obviously we had little bits of that going through the 90s, but they're also doing a lot of new, fresh ideas and different ideas. You know what I mean? They weren't just ripping stuff from video games, comic books, and all these other things. They're actually having people writing and coming up with these new ideas. Where to now is almost every movie that's coming out now has been out in some other form before the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not very many new ideas, except for horror. Horror is one of the only genres that actually has been able to kind of keep up, because I don't know how.
But that's the problem, is that horror is derivative. Like it is, there's only so much you can do in the horror genre before it's no longer horror anymore, and it stops being scary. So at some point you have to follow all the same horror tropes. And so even then they're going to play it safe. If you are a horror fan, you know, like you can watch a lot of modern horror movies, and because you know the major tropes of classic horror film, you already know how the whole movie's going to play out when you watch it. Like, and to further your point, they're making another Final Destination. They're remaking The Faculty, remaking The Screams, remaking I Know What You Did Last Summer. Mm-hmm. Yes. All of these things are happening.
I think they're even going to start up Scary Movie again, from what I heard.
I
think the Wayans brothers are actually. I think the Wayans brothers are supposed to be a part of it too, which is sweet because they weren't a part of the last few, and I feel like that's why the last few fucking sucked.
Yeah,
dude. Honestly, like taking me back to like the Anna Faris,
Scary Movie
like,
2, bro, was one of my favorite one.
Which one was Anna Faris in? Or she in multiple? Right? She's like the main girl, isn't she?
I think she's in a couple.
She's like
at least the first couple, I think.
Yeah, those ones are great. Like the one with Chris Elliot as the butler. Like,
take my strong hand.
Take my strong hand. He's like fucking basting the turkey with it.
Dude, do you guys like that guy? Like, do you guys think that he's like a pretty funny guy?
Chris Elliott's awesome.
Like in certain roles, he's not like a guy that I'm like, oh, this is my guy. You know what I mean? When I see him, I'm like, oh, that's cool.
If anybody out there,
I personally didn't even know his name.
You gotta like chill out. Like,
yeah,
you
no,
need to frog your fucking.
Didn't even know his name until right now.
Yeah, so he's straight up D-list. Like he's one of those people that you've seen him in a bunch of movies.
No, dude, he's not fucking D-list. That's crazy.
100%.
He's been in like big shit.
100% he has, but he plays a very supporting role, and he's one of those actors that you're like, I've seen this guy, but I don't necessarily know his name.
Oh, okay. I mean,
it's almost kind of like a couple of the background guys from the Happy Madison crew. You know what I mean? It's like, you know them. I don't really know their name, but like they're always like just background characters. You know what I mean?
Like,
where they might have a line or
two. Supporting roles.
Okay, I think I understand what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
Because the only
Like-
thing I can ever remember him starring in was like a sitcom that lasted like a season and then got canceled, I think. And he was like a paper boy, and he was like in his like late 20s, living in his parents' garage, and he was a paper boy. But that's like from the 90s.
Dude, I didn't even. You're talking, and I'm like, was he making this shit up? I've
No, that's 100% a fact, bro. Like, so that was like before he was in like Something About Mary. I'm pretty confident. Yes, it was definitely before he was in Something About Mary. But now
I'm
trying to
pulling up the
remember
IMDb right now. Dude, he's 64.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
dude,
say, he's got to
he
be
was
old
in
up there.
he's in Schitt's Creek. He's like one of the main supporting actors in Schitt's Creek.
I never actually seen that either.
I think that it's a pretty funny show, man. Like, I've really enjoyed it. I've only watched the first 3 seasons because that's all that's available right now. I have to like run a VPN to start the or the 4th season, but it's a pretty funny show. But Chris Elliott's in it, and his character in
Groundhog
it is
Day is
fucking
in his
hilarious.
catalog. Like, I'm going all the way back. So,
Like, he's more than a career actor. Like, that's
Like,
ultimately what I was saying. And I think a D-list person, is that like more than a career actor?
Well, you gotta think about it, bro. There's a lot of people that
Like,
are
made a living.
famous, but and make a living, but aren't necessarily, you know, like
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
So, like,
It-
you think in like that like that YouTube show or channel I've been watching with the React stuff, you think that how many people out of like 10 people would know who Chris Elliott was and know his name? Do you think
I'd
it's like
say
1 in 10?
I'd say maybe 2.
I think if I gathered most of my friends and I could think of one person who would look at that and be like, oh, yeah, that's Chris Elliott. I think every other person I would
Really?
show would be like, I don't know that guy's name.
Yeah, because dude, just here out of the 3 of us, I had no fucking clue. So that's
Okay.
1 in 3, bro.
Tonight, I'm gonna fucking get everybody to like see. Yeah, I'm gonna see if everybody knows who Chris Elliott is just by looking at it. I'm gonna send everybody a picture in a DM, and I want you to reply to me in the DM who you think this person is, and then that'll be the results, man.
So
I'm
the show that
curious.
you're thinking of, Chris, was called Get a Life.
Get a life, yeah.
36 episodes, ran from 1990 to 1992.
Okay,
yeah,
so there was
so-
like at least
There's
maybe
no
2
way I would have
seasons.
seen that.
Yeah, I didn't know about it either. And then after that, he
Yeah,
did
I was a
Groundhog
kid.
Day, which definitely a big movie for him
I was
to
an
get a
infant.
supporting role in. Then he was in one of my favorite terrible B movies, CB4.
Dude, that's a great movie though. Chris Rock.
It is great, but it's a terrible B movie. Like, but
I don't think I've seen
that's
that
what
either.
makes it great.
Dude, Chris Rock. It's like basically it's like Straight Outta Compton before Straight Outta Compton, and it's
And,
like Chris Rock
yeah.
is the fucking like he's like the Easy basically.
Chris Rock steals the identity of a local gangster while the local gangster's in jail. And then the local gangster gets out of jail and is like, you ain't really Gusto. I'm Gusto. And tries to get him killed because, how dare you steal my identity?
Yeah, and because he's like straight out of low cash. I'm on the fucking name Gusto. Like that was
so
it was Chris Rock,
ridiculous,
dude.
yeah.
It's fucking hilarious, bro. He has
It's
like
so
Jerry curl in
ridiculous.
it and shit. It's fucking honestly, it's worth the fucking watch. Thank you for reminding me about that
And
movie. Sean.
in this movie, Chris Elliott is playing this like kind of nerdy documentary maker who is filming this whole documentary on CB4 as all of this drama is happening around them. Ridiculous story. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
dude. There's not that many Chris Rock starred movies though. He's normally like a co-star at best.
He's so more interesting. Chris Elliott. He did 19 episodes of Saturday Night Live. 94 to
Oh, he was a
95.
cast member?
Yeah.
Maybe he's like a featured whatever they call the people that are
Was he a
like
writer
official
or was
caster.
he? Yeah, he may.
Yeah, It
think a lot of people
says his
write in.
roles are various, including John Leland and operator. So he's played some little
Yeah.
small bits as well as support. Continuing through this, the next big one I recognize is Kingpin from 1996. He made an appearance in an episode of Wings in 96.
Yeah,
made a
dude,
couple
he was in
appearances
something
in
about
Murphy
Mary.
Brown.
You're getting close to something about Mary for sure.
We got Duckman, pulled off an episode of that. Was in Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Had one episode there. Something About Mary in '98. Yep, we're there.
Dude, Wilkanowski, bro.
He shows up in an episode of The Nanny. What else we got in here? Nutty Professor 2. Scary Movie 2. He does voice work in Osmosis Jones. Shout out to Osmosis Jones. Filmed right here in
there you
Plymouth,
go. That's the Chris
Massachusetts.
Rock fucking
Starring role. Yep.
Even though it's animated.
I guess it does count then.
Yeah, I forgot about that movie. I think they did a little animated series too for a while.
I can literally take you to a lot of where the live action stuff was shot because like it was all shot here in my hometown.
Dude, that I forget that was like a mixture between animated and live action because like
Yep. Because it started with the live action and then it gets inside the body where the rest of the whole Osmosis Jones movie is taking place. Yeah. More Chris Elliot. He's in an episode of That 70s Show.
Yeah, I remember that episode.
Bunch of episodes of Everybody Loves Raymond. Couple episodes of The King of Queens. Appears in Scary Movie 4. What else you got? King of the Hill. Does some work on 5 episodes.
Great show, bro. King of the Hill.
It is a great show.
A
lot of TV movies.
King of the Hill is one of those shows that I never like sat down and watched religiously, but like I just catch episodes here and there, and I was like, it's pretty good, dude.
Dude, I've binged King of the Hill like
he's honestly
a
like
lot of times in my life.
King of the Hill for me was almost like a mix. Well, not really mixed. There's like it almost kind of like The Simpsons, to where it's like I never really sat there and watched it, but if I caught it and it was something that it caught my eye, I'd sit there and watch the episode. Sort of like Family Guy. I never like super heavy watched Family Guy, and like American Dad. Like those are ones I just watch in like passing. That just like if I couldn't find anything else to watch, I'm like, oh fuck, I'll just watch this.
King of the Hill, out of all the things you just mentioned, other than The Simpsons, I've watched the most of The Simpsons and King of the Hill by far. And like I would like sit down knowing that it was about to start.
I used to watch Futurama pretty fucking religiously though.
Futurama was fire also.
I haven't watched any of the newer ones. I guess they came back and made newer
I think that I might have watched one. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't think I watched any of the relaunch. But it's a classic. Like it's Futurama.
Dude, I remember when it came out, like so many people that I knew were like mad. So like, oh yeah, it's basically The Simpsons in space. It's like, this is lame. I'd be like, it's the same dude. Like, what, you think that it's gonna be completely different animation?
Yeah, like you do realize that the King of the Hill is a spin-off of Beavis and Butthead, right?
And that's why the animation's pretty similar. It's just a little bit better because it's newer.
Same with Daria. That was a spin-off of Beavis and Butthead. Another Mike Judge creation. I'm a big Daria fan. I enjoyed the shit out of it.
It's like the same thing why the animation's the same with American Dad and Family Guy.
Yep.
Yeah, but like at the time, I think that because The Simpsons was like the OG, and like people were like building off of things like that, that's why like my friends were like mad. I had some friends who were like real Simpson heads. One of my buddies, he like never missed a single episode ever. He would literally do anything. He would like get there, die trying, and he'd watch it with his dad every Sunday. Him and his dad watched every fucking Simpsons together when they're new. Which was actually kind of cool. Because I was like, dude, if I could have spent half an hour with my dad and watched The Simpsons and we could talk about The Simpsons, that would have been fucking nice, dude. More often than not, it was just like one-sided yelling.
Oh, dudes. Speaking of watching things with your dad, I'm actually pretty stoked because next Tuesday, I'm actually going to my first comedy show, dudes.
Shit,
That's
yeah?
right. You've never been to one before.
Dude. I'm gonna go see good old Andrew Santino.
I don't know who that is, but I'm not really tapped
Oh,
in.
dude,
So.
I'm pretty sure you do. Have you watched Dave? The
Oh,
show
is
about
that the
Little
one with
Dicky?
the dude that sing raps or not joke raps, but
Yeah,
really
little
raps?
Little
Lil
Dicky.
Dicky?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's
I
his like
I've watched like maybe an episode or
he's the
two.
red-haired guy.
Okay,
He
but anyways,
also did Punked, and then he's got a like huge podcast with Bobby Lee called Bad Friends, and he's got his own podcast called Whiskey Ginger.
Oh,
But dude,
him. Now I
yes.
immediately know who you mean.
Yes, dude.
Oh,
so
that's
you're going
gonna
to
be
see
good.
him? Is it at like a decent club or?
I've never been to any club, so I wouldn't know any different. All I know is that it's in Santa Monica at the Jam in the Van, which I think might be
You're going to jam in a van?
yeah.
Bro, we're going to be able to, more than likely, we're going to be able to watch the same show because they typically film those and put them on YouTube.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I've watched a lot of different musicians and other people perform at Jam in a
think
Van,
that's-
and it's cool as fuck because they literally perform sitting inside of a goddamn van, like
Like,
an
let me
old
see.
school, like hippie van. It's fucking sick.
Let me pull up my ticket.
That's actually kind of dope.
Yeah,
How far
dude,
away
like,
is that from you, James?
Hour and 45 minutes.
Oh, damn.
worth it?
Actually, it's really not that far.
Yeah, worth
Wait,
it.
hold on. It says Jam Comedy LA. Yeah, where? Jam in the Van.
Yeah, bro. Jam in a van is cool, dude.
Sick.
Nah, I have to
Yeah,
like
bro.
actually.
Open bar too,
I gotta Google
boys.
What?
Yeah, dude.
So
it says
yeah,
on the ticket here.
you are in for a treat because like I'm pretty confident. Like here's just a picture of their website to give you a vibe of what's going on. Like you got musicians just literally crammed inside this van and they're jamming. So like
Yeah, dude.
they do some cool shit and you're definitely in for a treat. This is a very cool club and if they're doing comedy there too, that ought to be fucking dope. I'm excited for you. You're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, I'm just
They're,
curious to see who's all going to be on the card.
On the
that
bill
night.
with them.
Yeah, who's going to be like opening and stuff.
I'm gonna have to YouTube some of this Jam in the Van after. I just like opened
You
up the
should
tab.
also YouTube some Andrew Santino too, bro.
Oh, he is funny
Special
as shit.
Cheeseburger on Netflix is pretty fucking good.
Oh, he has a special.
He's got a couple, but I think
Dude, and
Cheeseburger's
even
his
just
latest one.
clips of the banter of him and Bobby Lee together.
He's gonna be
The way they
dropping a
fuck
new
with each
one,
other.
a new special this year on Hulu.
Can you say his last name one more time?
Santino.
Okay, thank you.
So it's crazy because my boss was saying he's slipping out Friday. Him and his wife got tickets to Tom Segura. I was like, you lucky dog.
Sick. Yeah, dude. I almost tried to get tickets to go see Dan Soder, but dude, they're fucking like they're expensive. And I was like, fuck, because he that's at a theater, so it's a little bit
Yeah.
pricier of a ticket. But I saw this, dude, and I just jumped on it. The tickets were only like $60.
That's the thing too. Like if you get on them fast before all these resellers scoop them up and then sell them to you, at, like
Well, that and I got it
quadruple the
straight
price.
through his website too. That's usually the
Yeah.
best way to go about it, because then you don't end up getting fucking your ass handed to you.
Yeah, if you can avoid Ticketmaster, do it. Fucking Live Nation.
I'm not even, because I don't even know if this. I don't think this is a Live Nation thing.
Yeah, you would have had a Live Nation ticket if it was. So I think you're
It's
good.
an Eventbrite ticket.
You know, it's
Yes,
funny.
that's good.
Went, excuse me. I like Googled them, and the pictures that show at the beginning, I'm like, I have no idea who the fuck that guy is. And then I see one that says crowd work, and he's like wearing a backwards hat, and I'm like, oh, I recognize that guy.
Yeah, I've seen some reggae bands
Dude.
and some folk bands and stuff that I like all perform there.
He's got
it's pretty dope.
He's got a
shit.
great viral clip with him and Bobby, where they're just kind of going back and forth, and they're talking about each other's moms.
Yes.
I'm not even gonna say what happens, Chris. You're just gonna have to fucking stumble across it and watch it, because it's fucking hilarious. Just
Dude,
type in Andrew Santino, Bobby's mom.
the the fight with them where he gets mad at him for imitating him, where he gets mad at Andrew for imitating Bobby's accent.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's gold too. By the end, they're just laughing so hard at each other.
Yeah.
It's like it's
You know,
pure
honestly,
hilarity.
if you want to just have something to sit down, just to have on the background and just like fucking laugh your ass off to while you're getting some shit done, put on a Bad Friends episode, dude.
Okay, Bad Friends.
Yeah, they're definitely good for some yucks.
Dude, there's also a clip of him on Harlan Williams' podcast, the Harlan Highway. And Harlan asked him, he's like, hey, is it weird for two guys to moisturize together? And he's got like a bottle, like a pump bottle lotion. He's like, oh no, absolutely not. And like, so like they start like, he's like, put some lotion on, they're like fucking like rubbing it and stuff. And then Harlan asks Andrew, he's like, hey, do you mind he's like, is my face a little dry? He's like, yeah, oh yeah, let me get that. So Andrew grabs the pump bottle, aims it at his face, and just goes, pow, and just smacks it, and it just shoots him and and he's wearing glasses, bro. And the lotion just goes across his face. And he's like, is that enough? And he's like, oh no, a little bit more. And he does it a couple more times, bro. And Andrew is literally laughing his fucking ass. I've never seen him break this hard during like a bit that they're trying to do. And then he goes around and they flip it, and then fucking Harlan shoots Andrew in the face. Dude, you have to fucking watch it, dude, because it's honestly, I literally was gut laughing watching it, and I had to watch it like 3 times, bro, because it was just so fucking funny.
You didn't have your eyes open all the way.
Harlan Williams, another one of those actors, man. Like, I love him. He's one of those supporting actors you've seen in a bunch of stuff. Probably don't know his name, but he's just awesome in everything he does.
So am I like some sort of like special human, because I would know that if you showed me those people's pictures, I'd be able to tell you within like a second who they were? Like, am I a freak?
No.
Am I like a savant?
No.
Okay, I was just checking.
There's a lot of times where I might not know who you're talking about, but as soon as you show me a picture, I'm like, oh yeah, I know that guy.
But you didn't know his name.
No, there'll be times too when you show me and then I see the name, like you may tell me a name and I don't know it, but then you show me the face, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the guy.
Oh, okay.
It just depends, bro.
So, like, I wouldn't have
I'm better
known
with
who
faces
Harlan
than I am
Williams
names.
was if it weren't for the movie Big Money
Wait,
Hustlers.
you don't know who Harlan Williams is?
Who?
Chris?
No, I
Oh.
said that he's one of those people like Chris Elliot. I'm like, I would see them and I know exactly who they were.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah,
Welcome
no,
back to the
everything
show,
else
what
he
I'm
said-
saying.
Yeah, everything else he said was like track.
Yeah, no. What Chris was commenting on is the fact that like most people I know have no idea who he is. If I showed anybody I know, except for that one friend of mine that I can think of that I work with, if I showed him a picture of Harlan Williams, I'd say a fair 90% probably wouldn't be able to name that individual. They'd be like, oh fuck, that's that dude from that movie. He played that guy, but they wouldn't be able to tell me his name. Like, and I would have been one of those if it hadn't been for him being like a major role in a really like not even B but like C level movie, Big Money Hustlers.
He was in a lot of stuff, dude.
Like,
But
he's literally the main cop.
He's one of those
He's
guys
in
that
something about Mary too. Actually,
Yeah.
that's such a trip,
dude.
bro. Both of those guys are in the same
Yeah.
fucking movie.
But like that, he's like one of those guys where I didn't really know his name until like the last few years, because he's been doing like obviously like he's got his podcast, and then he started doing like podcast appearances, and then he's on Kill Tony all the time. So it's like I'm more familiar with him because I see him a lot more often now.
Mm-hmm.
But
he went back to his roots, man. He stopped doing so many films and stuff. It was just like, I'm just gonna make good comedy. Like, dude, he's fucking a brilliant writer.
Dude, he's one of those guys though where it's like you never know when he's being serious or making a joke, or he's one of those guys where pretty much just everything's a joke.
Dude,
It's
honestly,
like, dude, he'll come out
forever
and
though. Like whenever I think of Harlan Williams, bro, I think of Something About Mary. Just the fact that he's
Well,
like
yeah.
that fucking murderer, bro. Like that's the instant my brain like I hear it. It's like. But anyway, sorry. I just wanted to emphasize like how much that meant to me, that movie. I was fucking 18 years old when that shit came out. And dude, me and my friends saw it like 3 times in the theaters because we would just get baked as fuck and be dying in those fucking movies, bro. Fairly Brothers, man. I watched a bunch of their movies.
Made some good ones, dude, for sure.
Me, Myself, and Irene, dude.
Oh my
First time I
god, Me,
saw that
Myself, and
movie, I
Irene.
died, bro.
I remember watching that in the theaters. Holy smokes. It was for my buddy's birthday. He was like, that's the movie I want to see. I was like, let's go, bro.
Yeah, you're probably like 15, 16.
I think I was even younger, honestly.
Yeah, I would have thought it came in like 2002 or 2003.
Gonna hit the old search engine for that one because
There's Something About Mary came out in 98. They didn't put that
2000.
2000. Okay, so that was like probably
Yeah.
their next movie then.
That's,
When did
that's
Kingpin
wild.
come out? 96?
I think that was what it said. Yeah.
Yeah, they were just like pumping out a new movie every 2 years.
It's wild. We had some great films in that era. Great films.
Dude, I don't think that I could skip by Dumb and Dumber. Like if I see that on TV or like I guess that doesn't really happen anymore. And like, I think that that's going to be something that's going to age us at some point. Like when we're having a conversation, because we're like, what are you even talking about? It's like I
No, like
stream
actually
all my
seeing a
TV.
movie on TV.
Yeah, it's like I just stream everything. Yeah.
So true.
But I would never flip by that. When I was younger, never, dude. I'd watch that. Same as Kingpin, dude. I would watch Kingpin right now. If you're like, yo, let's watch that right now, I would be like, okay, that sounds pretty dope to me.
Give me some 4 Rooms.
I'd be down for that too, actually. I haven't watched that movie in forever, dude.
I have a digital copy that I obtained by purely legal means. Shout out to our late friend Mark Clough. Sent my wife a copy. It was like, here you go. So we've had a digital copy on hand ever since. And yeah, just the number of random people he got in that movie. Like, hey, Madonna, want to be in a part of this movie? Yeah, sure. What? Hell yeah, you got Madonna and Bruce Willis and like every other person under the sun that you possibly freaking knew.
Yeah, I
You
guess
got
that's
time
what
between
happens when you're
shoots?
famous and you're
You know?
successful. You know what I mean?
Like, legit,
You
it's like
do
you got
get
time
pick and
between
choose.
shoots. Come get on this movie real quick.
But I'm assuming that like a reasonable amount of those people he'd worked with before, right? Like, because he'd worked with Bruce Willis before, he'd worked with Tim Roth before.
See, because he had Antonio Banderas, Salma
Yeah,
Hayek in that.
Who
Oh
he'd
my
worked
God.
with. Oh, maybe at that point he might have worked with somehow. I feel like that was probably before.
Yeah, because that's not like deep in his career, I don't think.
I think that's pretty deep.
95.
That's pretty
That's-
deep, dude.
But it's 2025. That's no longer deep in his career.
Oh no,
I
but
mean, like
oh,
like
sorry.
in the
I
length
thought you
of
meant
his
like
time
way back
as
in his career, and I was like, yeah, dude, that's deep. Yeah, it's like a deep cut. Like for
No,
people
it's
nowadays.
a deep cut, but like I'm saying, like he hadn't been, building his relationships in Hollywood as long. Deep is what I'm saying. Sorry.
Oh no,
I understand how
definitely
I've made that seem confusing, but like the fact that he'd only been working in Hollywood for as long as he had at that point, and had pulled this many wildly big names.
Yeah, like I said, he'd worked with some of them previous, so he would have had a relationship with them. because like Pulp Fiction was out before that.
I mean,
Which I
really,
think that is like that must have been like the thing that put him on the map, Pulp Fiction.
I think it pays too for him that like how do you not want to work on a project when he pitches it to you like, yeah, it's this crazy hotel. There's 4 rooms that the bellhop is gonna go to, and each one is a fucked up story.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm already into it. Like, tell me more. Like, at that point, like if I'm an actor having that conversation, I'm like, you've already got my attention. Let me read a script. What do you have in mind? Yeah, because I'm just pulling up the main cast, and like Madonna. Let's see.
Yeah, I think she's one of the witches.
Yep, Jennifer Beals, Antonio Banderas, Selma Hayek. Damn, Paul Calderon popping up in a bunch of movies we've talked about today.
Who's that?
He's an old gentleman. I can't say specifically.
What did you say his name was?
Paul Calderon.
Paul Calderon.
Kathy Griffin's in it.
Yeah, I don't remember
Marissa
her.
Tomei. Yeah,
Who was Antonio Banderas' wife? It wasn't the same wife as he had in Spy Kids, was it? No.
it was Selma Hayek in that movie.
Oh yes, that's right. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. That little kid is such a menace. Like, that little kid is such a menace. And the funniest part was, like, I stumbled my way into that movie, 4 Rooms, because I used to do a lot of work with this hip hop group in the local area, and they took a clip from it, and it was in one of my favorite songs, and it was like, yo, like, I keep hearing this clip. I need to watch the movie they took it from. Like, I need the context now. And
Yeah.
once I saw the whole movie and got the context, I was like, oh, that's so good. Because they cut the clip where he calls his boss and, like, just flips out on her. And, like, lays down just how awful his whole fucking night has been. And, like, that was how, like, this track would end. And I was like, yo, I have to watch this movie. Like, that
Dude, it's
rant
such a good
alone-
movie, man. Which is your favorite room?
Oh, God.
Because I definitely have a favorite room.
I mean, I really think it's Antonio Banderas. I really think it's the kids. Those kids being a menace is probably my favorite room.
I think that this is the thing. I think my favorite room is the one with like Bruce Willis and himself.
That would be my second.
But
like,
I do find like the kids' room to be definitely like the funniest, and like I really think that like the bellhop's is taking a shit kicking it. I kind of love it. The other one's he's scared, but that one's he's like just getting punked, and it's hilarious.
so good. And of course, like, Antonio Banderas, just he plays that kind of a role so well, being this like really strict, angry kind of father figure like that. That like he gets the intensity across.
James, I think you're gonna have to watch this movie. By the way,
Such a
well,
wild movie.
Totally forgot what the name of it even was.
4 Rooms is what it's called.
Oh yeah, I've never seen it. Never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's old. It's like from when
Yeah.
you were probably in like kindergarten or some shit. But it's got like Sean was saying, there's a lot of famous people, and it's like a really unique story, and like
Well, at that point, with that being said, though, a lot of those people weren't as big as they are now.
no, there was like that was kind of in the midst of their rise, I would say.
Yeah, like
So back to like Sean's point of like, dang, how do you get so many of these big people? Well, at that point, they might not necessarily have been as big as they are now.
I mean, mid-90s, Bruce had done.
Bruce
Well, yeah,
Willis
like
was pretty
there's a
big,
couple
but
you named for
you
sure,
know,
but like
yeah.
Salma Hayek, like that's probably the beginning of her career. Antonio Banderas had probably been in a couple things by then, but like I get
He
what
wasn't like what came.
looking back on it now though. Yeah, I see why you would think that though, Sean. You're like, damn, dude, there's some names in this.
And again, Madonna.
That is kind of
who's
crazy
at
though.
the time in '90s, they're like the
Yeah,
biggest
that
pop
for
star.
sure. Yeah, but like it is kind of crazy. To, like think back on some of those movies and like some of those people. That's like their some people it may be their first movie and like thinking about like them now. It's like, oh shit, they actually had like a pretty fucking solid career. You know.
It's kind of cool. Like
I love that shit.
For me, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Or ones that like popped then for a while, but kind of like fizzled out for a bit, but all of a sudden they made a comeback. Those one that's kind of cool too.
Dude, I found that's like even cool in music.
Oh, for sure.
I like it.
I just like music.
Well, I mean, I like music. I also like movies, though. I definitely like movies.
Dude,
I
honestly,
also like when they collide and you get like music inspired by movies. Like that can
Yeah,
be
I'm cool
fun.
with that. I thought you were gonna say you're like into musicals. It's like,
No,
yo,
I'm
let's
not
go
into
watch
musicals,
Sweeney
no.
Todd right now, Sean.
yeah, I'm not too heavy into the musicals.
Me neither, dude.
My wife actually has a favorite movie that is a musical that I don't really hate.
Is it
What is it, though?
Is it Repo the Rock Orchestra? Or whatever it's
No,
called?
it's Across the Universe.
Oh,
and-
the Beatles
Oh,
one?
the Beatles one.
Yeah, it's all Beatles songs. So like, I don't mind.
Yeah, I could see it, if you're a Beatles.
I don't
fan.
mind that. I can't do the schmaltz. Like I can't do like Wicked, for example. Like I
No.
can't do that. It's not for me. Like,
Or
I
Into the
can't even
Forest.
do I can't even do 8 Crazy Nights. Damn it! All right.
I think that I might have watched that once. I I can't be for sure.
There's a
only
musical, Reefer Madness. I have watched. That's pretty funny because it's meant to be satirical.
Only like musical kind of type movies that I might watch or like would entertain or like some honestly like most Disney stuff
So,
nowadays.
yeah, some of the old Disney. I'll
Oh
still
yeah,
watch.
Disney's are all musicals, I'd say.
Yeah, but like I don't know. Honestly, dude, I have like thinking back, like I haven't been watching movies as heavy as I usually do. Cause dude, I'm so fucking just tied into the fucking YouTube rabbit hole that like it's bad, dude. Cause literally as soon as I open up my browser on my computer, it instantly goes to YouTube and it pretty much just stays there. Every now and then I'll be like,
I
oh,
feel
you know
you.
what?
I've
I
been
want to
like
watch
on a
something.
pretty big YouTube kick recently, so
Dude, honestly, and it's getting so bad too. Where I know we've talked about this so much before in the past, but dude, the scrolling on my phone at the same time is getting fucking terrible too, bro. It's gotten to the point now where it's like last night I jumped out of Discord, or I don't remember, probably like 9:30 my time or some shit. Or no, actually last night I was in pretty late. The night before I jumped out a little early. I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and I'll watch something for like 10 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna fucking lay down and go to sleep. And then I put a video on, and then for some reason I picked my phone up, opened up Instagram, and just started fucking scrolling. And then at some point I
Dude.
paused the video I was watching on YouTube because I couldn't hear the reel that I was watching on my phone. And I sat here and I scrolled on my phone for 2 hours.
Dang, dude.
Didn't even realize it, bro. I sat here and I'm like, oh, no, I should go to bed. And I look over at the clock and it's like 11 o'clock. So maybe like an hour and a half. But even then, it's just fucking ridiculous, dude.
I mean, even 30 minutes,
yeah. It's
and
bad.
you didn't realize that it had been 30 minutes. That's kind of like scary, a little bit scary. Like not the worst I've heard clearly, but that's a little scary.
But when it happens every night, it's pretty bad.
It shows you how that is designed to feed the dopamine drip system in your brain. It's like, I need another hit and another hit.
You know what? Like I've
hit,
never
and
been
another
a
hit.
shorts guy, like YouTube shorts or reels or like any of that stuff. But I'll get stuck in something. But it'll be something that's longer. Or it could be something like, dude, like that's definitely happened to me in crypto. Like I would stare at shit all night. I'd be like looking for prices that were dropping. I'd be like looking for things that were getting launched. I'd just be just fucking grinding, bro. And like I still do that. Now I just have like videos going while I'm doing that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
man.
better than reading a book for me. Like, obviously, if someone likes reading books, all the power to you. But I just wish I had a little bit more self control to be like, oh yeah, it's late enough, dude. You should go to bed, and then go to bed. Not even convince myself to check it for 15 more minutes. Like, it's like, nah, I should go.
Facts. I'm right there with you, bro.
Yeah, one day, James. One day we'll get there. Maybe when the world like loses all these things because governments are like, you can't have fun. We're losing people. Productivity is down. TikTok's gone. Maybe when that happens.
Either that or maybe just change the routine to where I'm not sitting at my computer every night.
That's the way you could do it now, yes. That'd be the much better way to get success in your attempt.
Which honestly, like I've been a lot better about lately, but I've also have other things to occupy me. So like with that being said, it's a lot easier when I have things that are way more fun to do besides sit here and just stare at my computer when I could just go and hang out with my nephew for a few hours. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And it's way more fulfilling than sitting here and fucking watching stupid videos about golf or
well, you
whatever
won't
fuck
remember
else.
those things really, but you'll remember like the times like, you know, playing with your nephew or like going and watching something with your dad or whatever, you know, go and check out a movie.
Yeah.
Yep. It's 100% true.
I'll tell you what, dude. I spend way too much fucking time sitting here in this chair. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah, their chair might be or their couch or, you know, whatever.
I'll tell you what, too. I've sat in this chair so much, bro. I definitely need to get a new one because the fucking cushion on this thing is beat the fuck up.
I relate. That's why you guys may notice that I switch chairs from time to time. I go to the big, squishy fucking leather one for a little while because I need a rest from sitting in this stupid thing for so long.
I just like love that I can tilt this like as a rocker.
Oh yeah, like don't get me wrong, like it's comfortable for the most part, but it's just like the cushion's just not how it used to be. Everything else is fine. It's just the cushion that I'm sitting on is the problem.
That foam remembers that it's not a spring chicken anymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, quite literally. Yep. The spring in its step is gone.
Yeah, that's it. It's just a rock of just condensed foam now. Like it's not sitting on hardwood, but it's
this is the
close.
Second chair that I've owned since knowing you guys, like that I bought specifically to like chilling on my computer. And
I looked at some nice ones recently, but like you get what you pay for. If you really want something that is going to be comfortable for the long term, like you end up in this like $300, $400, $500 range, and it's like that starts to get wild. And then you start finding out you can do add-ons and shit. Now you're getting into $1,000 chair, and you're like,
yeah, that's like next level, dude. My chair is about $300, but it's like a legit chair company.
By the way, don't click on fucking ads on Instagram and shit, because then they just keep fucking bombarding you as you're scrolling through it with other brands selling the same fucking shit. I can't count how many fucking chairs I've been fucking advertised over the past couple weeks because I clicked one thing just because like, oh, this chair looks kind of cool.
Dude,
dude,
and now
it was like
a
fucking $1,000 chair. Oh, dude, it's already in there, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Oh, it's just gonna hammer it harder.
No, shut up, Chris. I'm talking, dude. You're
like,
fuck, dude. Now I forgot what I was talking about, man. Anyway, never mind.
The damn Instagram ads. That's all I know.
I just keep trying to say things today. I keep getting cut off and messing my mental up because I can't fucking remember what I'm talking about. Anywho.
Well, you want to shift gears real quick and hear some do news?
I'm just gonna take a dab.
Oh, I'm down for some do news.
They're finally cutting some flavors that I'm kind of surprised have lasted this long. So we're seeing the discontinuing of the major melon. So watermelon's going away. Sorry to all you fans out there. Little bummed to see the Dew Spark is going to go away because I do like that. May have to try to grab one of those.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're taking that one off the market. They're discontinuing that in 2025. So I may have to try to snatch one of those up before it's too late because I did enjoy it. I don't need it too often, but I liked it.
It's fine. I like it.
Obviously, we know Frostbite's going away, and we won't be seeing a Voodoo this year, which I know we've talked about before. What we do know is that we're getting Baja Cabo Citrus, which is a tropical citrus punch in April. So that's something to look forward to. We know that we get the dragon fruit one coming, a exclusive to Walmart. That's taking the place of the Frostbite. Honeydew is coming to the US from Canada. If you're a Honeydew Melon fan, this might be a flavor for you, but it definitely doesn't seem like it for me. I do know what the trolley flavor is going to be finally, and it's the cherry lemonade. So they're doing like a cherry lemon Mountain Dew flavor teaming up with trolley bright crawlers.
That's what'd you say?
The cherry lemon bright crawler. They're making a Mountain Dew flavor of that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's
Cherry
replacing
lemon.
Voodoo. So that's going to drop in like September and be our replacement for Voodoo this year. We're also expanding the Baja Blast line. So we're actually going to be able to get 2 liters of Baja as well as those tall, skinny 16.9 ounce 12 packs as well. The Summer Freeze is going to drop.
Or cans?
The bottles. Yep.
Oh, I've been able to get those for a while, dude.
In 12 pack?
Yeah.
Dude,
I only see them in 6. You lucky dog.
Oh, sorry. Only 6. I only get these. I only see these ever, and I've never seen 12 packs of these. I've only seen 6 packs.
Yeah. So
of any soda product.
Yeah, I've never seen
any. I've never seen a 12 pack
of like bottles. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. According to this, they're going to drop 12 packs of them. So that'd be kind of dope.
Dude, I wonder how they'll come packaged.
How are they going to package that? Yeah.
Are you just going to get like fucking 12 rings? Like,
I imagine
they better put some better structure in that shit.
I imagine they either are going to do the cardboard version that I've been seeing lately, or it may be the style where it just gets wrapped, like a pack of water does, for example.
Oh,
in like a shrink wrap Mountain Dew label, so to speak.
And that's fucking awesome, dude.
Our news source here, I mean, I am pulling this from a Yahoo article, so I mean, I can at least, verify that it's not complete bullshit. It's very possible people made a typo here, and maybe, something's weird there. But yeah, 12 packs, if that's a thing, that's kind of cool. In June, we're going to get Summer Freeze, so we're going to get the Bomb Pop flavor back. Now, this one, I'm kind of like, I want to try. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, but they're dropping a Little Caesars exclusive. And it's going to be Spicy Mango Mountain Dew.
Spicy Mango Mountain Dew. I've never... Okay, so you guys have gotten like those candies. I remember James talking about them. They're like candies that are like dipped in chili powder or something.
Yeah, you can get like dried mango that's just dipped in chili powder, yeah.
So how does that taste? Because I assume that it might be something like that.
That's what I'm expecting. It's probably not going to be like aggressive spicy. Like I've had a variety of different like spicy mango margaritas and things where like they're not using anything super aggressive. You just get like a little hint of spice. And so I'm anticipating they would do something of that variety, and it would just be like a sweet and spicy thing that's kind of happening. A little tickle on your tongue, you know?
Or like after you kind of get the sweetness, it's like that ever slight like warmth left in like your mouth.
Yeah, that's why I'm so curious about it.
I would try it. I would try it.
Like I tried the KFC one. It was okay. It's fine. I don't need it again. But I'm curious about that. That's one of those like
The KFC
wanna
one's
know.
the worst one ever made.
What is the profile of it? I don't think we have it up here.
Like a peach tea or some shit.
Yeah, it was like a peach tea Mountain Dew.
Oh, what?
It's terrible.
That does not sound like it would have been good for sure.
Yeah, peach flavored Mountain Dew.
Peach citrus. I mean,
See, they did it right with the whatchamacallit, the what was it? The Liberty Chill or whatever. What was that one, Sean? The white peach one?
Oh
They did-
yeah, the white was peach lemonade.
Yeah.
Is that what that
It
profile
was
was?
white peach lemonade.
Like that was fantastic.
I don't
Truly
even like
fantastic.
peaches really. But that shit was good.
yeah, honestly, there's really not been many Mountain Dews that like I didn't think were decent, but there are definitely some that I was like, yeah, it's decent.
There's like 4 or 5 in my opinion that are trash.
Yeah, you guys have both tried considerably more than I have. I've only probably tried like 8.
Dude, you remember that
different
green
ones.
apple one?
So bad,
Gah.
dude.
Yeah, I never tried that. I wouldn't like that. I hate green apple.
It was like if
And
I
it wasn't
remember
even
correctly,
green apple. It was like a crisp apple.
Like wasn't it like a caramel apple too?
No. It was just like a crisp apple. It was weird, dude. It was called Thrasher or some shit. Thrash apple.
Yeah, thrashed apple. I just had to Google it myself to remember.
It was like a crisp apple, but it wasn't like. It was weird.
Yeah.
It's like I've had some apple soda. There's like one specific apple soda that's actually kind of good. It's actually like a Mexican soda, I believe. But yeah, dude, it was weird. Which is funny because I'm actually drinking apple juice right now.
Dude, I've
I do like
actually
the apple
had
juice.
apple pop before. I've had it homemade, like remember when it was like all the craze when they
Soda
like
Stream?
first had the Soda Stream,
Mhm.
and you just could do anything. So you could just like carbonate your water, whatever. One of my buddies was like addicted to carbonating apple juice. But I remember there was like you could buy like apple pop in the store, but I can't remember who made it. I don't remember what it was
You
called.
can get sparkling apple cider.
Well,
No,
there,
dude,
there
it would
is
be
that.
like pop. It was like
Yeah,
almost
they-
like an apple crush kind of pop.
The one that I'm familiar with starts with an M.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
what I'm
the
thinking of. It's
Spanish
like
word for apple.
Mondeliza or something like
I
that.
think it might be
and-
like the Spanish word for apple.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I could actually go for some fucking apple juice right now. I could go for any juice, to be honest. Hook me up with some like Fruitopia, any flavor right now. I'd be vibing hard.
We always be keeping the cranberry juices on deck around here. So
Dude, you know what? Give me like some fancy ocean spray. That would be really good right now too.
100%. Like we just rotate them out. So it's like 1 week there'll be like a cran mango, and then the next week we'll grab a cran grape, and then there'll be a cran apple. Like just kind of like they hit the spot, you know?
Yeah, cran raspberry, dude. When I was a kid, I loved that shit.
Dude, the cran pomegranate. Ooh, you want something to give you a little bit of pucker? Yeah, that one will do it.
Dude, I think that cranberry juice was like one of those things as a kid is like I didn't really think it was good until I started to try to mix it. And then I went back to like the original. I was like, dang, this is still good. It's like I needed the fanciness to like appreciate the base.
Yeah. I mean, I remember we were talking about it. I think it was on a Green Room episode, but like growing up, I used to live just around the corner from this Ocean Spray museum that was free for me to visit because I was a resident of the town. And so we would just go and like just kind of like peruse the museum just so we could go downstairs, because in the downstairs was this whole free sample section. And so like you'd
It's like,
get to like
boys,
just
let's
get
get
these
baked.
little tiny like little sample cups, but you could go and get like little samples of every juice flavor that Ocean Spray made. You can get little drinks, and then we'd go back out and play for a few hours. Sometimes you'd come in there and they'd have a little kitchen running, and they'd be making like cookies with dried cranberries and stuff in them or something like that. You'd be able to get like a little snack. Dude, it was great.
Tasted or wasted lemon cranberry muffins. Go.
Waste it.
I'm down, dude.
All right. I'm with Sean. I'm a wasted.
Why?
But I'll do the
don't
orange
like
cranberry
cranberry?
though.
I don't really like. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't really like raisins that much, and a cranberry, even before it's a craisin, I don't really like eating it in like in food. Really.
Well, here's the thing too. If it's something that I don't ultimately like, but the lemon muffin's fucking solid, I'll just fucking make the shit and eat the lemon muffin.
Oh yeah. I mean, if somebody gave me one and I was hungry, yeah, I would eat it, and I would do that. I'd just pick
I
out
thought
the
that's what you
cranberries.
were asking. So I was
Nah,
like,
like,
yeah, I'll
but
take one.
no, it's more like, do you want it, or like, would you not eat it at all? Like that's more. or
I would
less.
definitely taste it. I wouldn't waste it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd straight
'Cause like
up
I said,
pass it,
worst
like,
comes to worst, I'll just take the cranberry out or the craisin or whatever.
But yeah, you make it an orange cranberry muffin, I'm down.
Oh, you don't like the lemon part?
I'm not a lemon baked good guy. My lemon comes in the world of like cooking. Like I like lemon in chicken, things like that, and like in lemonade, things of that nature. But yeah, not a fan of lemon in my baked goods. Not into the lemon cookies, any of that.
Oh, I fuck with like everything baking and lemon. Like when it comes to that, like if you gave me a lemon muffin with no cranberries or whatever, like a lemon poppy seed, I'll fuck that up.
Yeah, like I'll skip that every time.
Or like a lemon Danish, bro.
Yep, it's another like I would pass right over. But,
Yeah, I
like,
would definitely not.
apple cinnamon, on the other hand, you give me some apple cinnamon, your boy is like a crack fiend.
I mean,
That's one of my like.
I'll take it, but
It's one of my go-tos. I love it. I love it. Anything you show me apple cinnamon something, I'll try it. Let's go.
see, I probably would too, though,
Like
because I
apple
don't
crisp,
mind that
let's
combo.
do that.
Dude, you know it's so fucking funny. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I just got sidetracked because I just realized what day it was. I went to go pay my my car payment, and I just went to go look to like make sure that like I hadn't paid it already. And like the first one I seen was from fucking January, so I was like, oh shit, fuck, I need to pay my fucking bill. And I looked down, and I made 2 payments in December, so I was already ahead of the fucking game, and I was all panicked for no fucking reason.
Love that.
So now, from now on, I'm just gonna be a month ahead every fucking solid
Gains.
Solid. You know what? Solid work, past frames. Solid
For
work.
real. And
Yes.
as long as you don't get too carried away, and then like in April you end up paying twice, and then all of a sudden now you're
Well,
like 2
no,
months.
because as long as I don't fucking pay again this month or pay, because I just realized that it's the 12th. That's when my payments due.
Yeah.
Oh shit, fuck. Better do it now before I fucking forget. I think that's probably what I did the time that I paid it twice, because I didn't realize I paid it a week before it was due.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna forget, and then I forgot, and then remembered, and then, anyways.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to be better about my finances. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, dude, that's
I'm on
smart.
top of that shit.
Yeah, now every payment you make is more towards principal because you're already a little
No,
bit ahead.
I think I have to like click, like in the thing if it goes towards like.
Oh, you
the
got to go
loan
that
or
route.
towards the principal. And that, you know what I mean? You know what that just means, Sean? That just means the next payment, I should put all towards the principal.
Yeah, send it.
I did get pretty excited when I opened it up and seen that my fucking loan has significantly dropped.
It's a good feeling.
Less than that.
It's a
Dude, I
damn good
remember
feeling.
when my last car, when my payments were done, I had those feelings still. I'd be like, oh, I gotta make sure that I have enough money because like mine would just come out. I wouldn't have to be responsible enough to pay them. I just had to make sure the money was in the
I just
account.
do that so that I know that the money's there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you know that you won't get like an NSF charge and all that shit.
Exactly. Because there's been times where I've had like automatic payments before, and it's like I end up fucking myself because I forget the automatic payments coming through before the payday. And that's where it fucks me up. Because then I might be
Gotcha.
like a day or two without fucking money and I might need gas or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we got to jump to credit
But I've
cards.
also gotten-
That's another issue.
I've
so
also
fuck
gotten to the
that.
point where, you know, I'm trying to really like lock down on like fucking finances to where it's like I always make sure I have a good safety net of a balance just chilling in my account just for, you know, rainy day scenarios.
Oh, absolutely, man.
And then also,
As
dude,
we
you know
all
what I've
should.
started doing too? Is I've started putting little piles of fucking money around. Just
Like
tucking,
cash?
yeah, just cash. Here. I got some in my car, you know, some here, some there.
Dude, I like never have cash anymore, man. It's been years since I like had cash all the time.
But
It feels so.
I only
that's
do
the
it for-
beauty of what he's doing.
Well, that's the thing is like I never use cash. The only time I do is when I go to a place that I have to, and I always end up pulling out more than I need just in case, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then whatever I don't end up spending, I've just been putting aside, just putting in a
Yep.
little pile. I started doing that when I won that poker game not too long ago.
Yeah.
I took that money away and I just was letting it sit. And then anytime I got cash after that, I just kept putting it in there to where I had enough to pay for my whole fucking trip to Ohio in April.
It's a sick move. Like I know my mother used to do that shit, and I know that's how she literally paid for Christmas one year. It was just because like same
My
thing.
mom used to do that all the
Squirrel a
time.
couple
She just
bucks
like
here.
she keeps like little envelopes that she just like puts money in for like certain things, and she just like puts them away until she needs them, and then
Yep.
you know what I mean.
It's like, oh, I got a couple extra dollars left in my pocket. It's the end of the week. Fuck it. Put it in that envelope. Oh, couple more dollars this
Okay.
week in the envelope.
Dude, you guys, I've told this story before. I did that with change. Here, like obviously it's different.
I used
because we
to
have
do
$1
that,
and
bro.
$2 change, but
But since I stopped using cash, I don't really get
yeah, see,
coins
I wouldn't
anymore.
use it now at all.
And when I use money now, it's always even.
Yeah, it's like I
So it's like
$25. Bam.
so it's like I'm never like getting like coins back hardly
Yeah.
ever. Dude, even the vending machine at work, bro. Tap to pay, dude. I just fucking hit it with my phone, fucking get my monster in the morning.
So
Genius.
man, everything's changed so much just in the time that I've been alive. It's kind of blows my mind like all the time.
Even the ATM is tapped.
Mhm.
Like I went up to the ATM the other day. I was like to get lunch money, and I was like, "Holy fuck! It's tap to pay now!" And like literally, just tap my card, and
Honestly,
I'm in. I
dude,
was like, "That's wild."
that saved my ass so many times though, because like I
Did
do
you
have
forget your
my-
wallet?
Exactly, because I forgot my wallet, but I have my Apple Wallet set up. Dude, it saved me so many times where it's like, fuck, I'm about to run out of gas and I'm on my way to work and fuck, I forgot my wallet. But luckily, double click on the old side button. The old wallet pops up, and looky there. There's my card. I just click it, fucking give it the little facial recognition thing. A notification comes up from my bank saying that I made a purchase.
And you're like, yeah, it's cool. It was me.
Yep. Let it go. Dude, I did get fucked like a week or two ago. Because I guess I don't know why I didn't just go through because I signed off on like the thing or whatever. But for that like Best Buy protection plan thing I have for my PC, like the next year fucking payment was trying to get processed, and somehow my bank fucking flagged it and fucking locked my fucking debit card down. So so like that next Monday, because I was at home all weekend and I didn't use my fucking card, so I didn't even fucking know. And I don't even think I got like an
notification email or anything.
So I go to fucking get lunch the next day. I'm sitting there at the window trying to pay, and you're like, it's not going through. I'm like, what? I'm like that's I was like, I know I got money. That's always the most like embarrassing fucking feeling, bro. It's like going somewhere and like fucking having your card be declined.
Dude, I've made jokes before where it's like, it'd be like you're going to spend $18.87. You're like, dang, bro, that's right. I only have $16.50 in there.
Well, dude, it was definitely less than that. So that would be pretty bad. But I was like, what the hell? Luckily, cash in the glove box. And a little center console, able to pay for my fucking cheeseburgers.
Another win. That was all that my wife saved my ass like that a couple of times because like when we were just sharing the one car, rather than put gas in it, she'd just throw like $10 in my center console randomly. Like every couple of weeks, just like there'd be another like $10 or something just chilling in the center console. And similar where it'd be like I'd forget a wallet or something, or my card would decline, and it'd be like, oh fuck, that's right. There's the center console cash.
Console cash, bro.
Yes.
No, you know what? I don't carry any money in my car. There's nothing valuable inside of my car.
James doesn't even own a car. What are you talking about?
I don't even own a. That's not my car.
He has a pedal bike
levitates to work.
that's always locked up. Unless you're gonna cut down that tree, you ain't getting his transportation.
And that tree, if you cut it down, it's illegal because it's protected.
Yeah, it's a Joshua
tree, bitch. There is one right in my driveway, bro, and I have to like, because I back into my driveway because I'm that guy. Because I need a quick getaway in the morning, bro, just in case I'm running late. Throw that puppy in a drive and out we go.
And let's all be honest, it's a way for you to just tell your neighbors, I'm a little bit better than you at driving.
Not really, dude. I have a fucking backup camera, dude. It pretty much fucking does it itself. It beeps at me if I get too close to shit.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? But I always forget it's there though, and I still use my fucking mirrors and turn my head.
As you should.
Dude, the wintertime, I'll tell you what, in Canada or any place that it's
I can't see
salt on the
anything.
road, you can't see shit.
I can't
ever in the wintertime, bro.
Yeah, if it's like stormy or something, or like there's water and shit on the lens, I can't see nothing, dude.
Yeah, even the rain, it's horrible.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, they're expensive to replace if you damage them.
Oh, I'm sure.
I probably would never replace it.
But the one thing I do like about mine though is it does have like the line that actually moves and tell you like where the endpoints are gonna be, so you can literally like fucking whip. You can whip your car into some tight spots, bro. Because I have to do it to fuck. Because dude, not only is my car in the driveway, but my parents' caravans in the driveway, and then taking up the complete whole side of the driveway is our RV. So like I gotta like fuck, and our driveway starts real narrow and then widens out as it gets to the house, but only on one side. And you know what's right next to the real narrow part that I gotta squeeze by? That fucking Joshua tree, bro. I can't count how many times I've almost scraped my mirror fucking trying to sneak in to fucking park my car, dude. It's easy to fucking pull out in the morning, but trying to fucking back it in, dude's a bitch.
I wouldn't even try to back into like my spot here.
Dude, Sean's driveway is like, nah.
Yeah, like what a nightmare. That
Dude,
like That's
it
another
long-
thing
is it
I'm
long?
not gonna
bro.
miss.
No, it's not even long. It's like super flat right by the house, and then it's just like this, fucking to the
Yeah,
road.
it's dumb. It's
Like
short.
I
It's like
haven't even pulled my car into it.
I was
yeah,
gonna
like
say, dude, your old car would have
Dude, my old
probably
car,
gotten
I looked
stuck.
at it and I was like, dude, did I park on the street? Because the first time I went to Sean's,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
actually,
I
yeah,
told you, like park in the street. Like don't even bother trying to use my
I was gonna say
driveway.
the first time I went there, I was in my old car.
Damn.
I think.
No, it's need like a 4x4 to get out your driveway, dude.
Well, because what happened was like when they built it with that stupid hill, and then on top of that, because of poor drainage down the road, water would start pouring down our driveway here, and it would cause like flooding in the garage and shit.
Yeah.
So, my buddy, when it was still his house, he was like, listen, we need you to come out here as the town and like do something about
Like
this.
fix the grade or something, yeah.
So they put this like extra hump at the front of my driveway. So now, yeah, it does block a good amount of water, but I have that to contend with. So if you come over it just right, like I'm driving a Ford Taurus, and it's an old school Ford Taurus. It's got some decent clearance for that kind of a car. I can still scrape coming out of that if I come at just the right angle.
Oh, dude, my old
because of
car,
that
like
stupid
I would have just been like, like
Teeter totter, dude.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, like the
Yeah,
sound.
his
to
driveway's
get in,
bad,
bro,
dude.
he'd have to fucking have somebody sit on the hood to fucking drop it down, and then
so
to
the
get it
tires
down.
would actually grab.
Like the Saab did all right with it, but it bottomed out a lot trying to get over that shit.
Yeah, that driveway
like,
is horrendous.
Like I've eaten shit
Good
a
thing
couple
there's street
times this
parking.
winter. Like already eaten shit a couple times, just
Well,
trying
dude,
to shovel.
I don't know how you would drive in and out of that in the wintertime. Because
We
then
do it.
I think I would definitely scrape because I'd be like, I need a bit of speed here. So I'm gonna be driving a little bit faster up this bitch.
Yeah, like we do it. We've been doing it.
Yeah, no,
And
well,
it's
yeah. When I've been to your place, like there was cars parked in the driveway, so I know that you do it. But
it's fun. It's a challenge, especially because the Taurus doesn't have the nuts behind it that the Saab did. So like it struggles more if that's icy. It's
and
scary.
it's way heavier.
Yep. Like it struggles way more, but we get it done. If I nail the new house I'm looking at, man, I won't have that problem.
Is there like a reasonable driveway, or is it like right into town? Like you're right up beside your neighbors, or like what's the vibe?
there's like a nice gravel driveway that can run all the way into the backyard, basically. It's very much an open lot with like trees on the backside.
Okay. I know would the neighbors be like right there?
There's, probably I won't know until I see it in person one day, but it looks, from what I can tell, to be, a few feet of land from the edge of that driveway over to the neighbor. Doesn't look like it's a ton of space.
Yeah, but like if you were like coming in from the car and like you and Lizzie were having a conversation, it's not like people that were outside their house are like, whoa, can't believe they're talking about that in public, or like,
Yeah, it probably would.
okay.
Like it's not like we're looking in each other's windows, but I don't think it's any more different than how far the neighbor on the side of my house is.
Okay,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
I think that like where you live now, because of those huge trees everywhere, it does give you the sense that they're a lot more private than maybe they actually would be if there wasn't those huge trees.
Yeah, because there's a fence. That helps too.
Oh no, but I mean even when you're like driving down the road, because like there's a lot of big trees. It's like a very established spot.
They are wooded lots for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I can nail that house, that'll be dope, because that'll be a lot easier to at least maintain the snowy driveway. We won't have to kill ourselves going up a hill.
As a
Just get
person
a
that's
lot
done a
of
lot
rock
of
salt.
winter driving, there's a lot of shit that I've seen and I'm definitely happier when I see something that is a little less dangerous or
Yep.
spicy or whatever.
I will
Always
say,
sounds good to me.
I like his future plan for the driveway when they come back. He's going to move the driveway down because the property line doesn't end where the cars are parked. The property line continues further into those trees.
Oh, okay.
So what he's thinking is bringing the driveway down the hill and then coming in there. And that way you'll route in and kind of double back up the road just 40, 50 feet to get to the garage area. Which I think makes a lot more sense. They won't have this monster hill to climb, and then they can do something with that, like tear it up and put some sod down or something, like
Yeah, or dude, even put like a nice retaining wall and have like that flat lawn there.
Yep, exactly. Like there's lots of cool stuff that they can do when they finally get to it. And now they're not going to be dealing with the cost of going to and from Florida to Boston weekly. It's like how shout out to all the traveling nurses out there. If you are out there listening or watching, know a traveling nurse, yo, give them the utmost respect. Give them a hug, something, because god damn, these people hopping on planes, flying to a whole other state, doing nursing work for like 4 or 5 days straight, and then flying back home for like 3 days off. That's gotta take a toll after a few years.
Yeah, man. I'm assuming that you're gonna like build up the air miles, but I mean, that's about the only positive I could see from that.
Yeah, like obviously you're making enough money, you're doing all right, but god damn, that's gotta wear you down after a while.
Yeah, I can't imagine that there's like many people that do like those specific careers for like 25 or 30 years. I'm sure there
Yeah,
are
like
people, but I'm imagining that not that many people do it for really, really long. It's like I used to
yeah.
know people that would go work in the oil fields in like Alberta, and they would do it for like 3 or 4 years, but they'd make like $1 million in that like 4 years that they worked. And then they'd just come back and they'd have like house paid for, a brand new truck, money in the bank, and they'd be qualified to get about any job that they wanted to get that was in a related field. And like that just do all that stuff. I imagine if you did that with like as a nurse too. No, go do
100%.
that for 10 years, make bag, and then go find a hospital or a specific position within a hospital somewhere local where you just want to chill. Like that's where
Yep.
you're gonna live.
You get that sweet job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude.
And
Fucking
speaking of that sweet
oil
job,
people, damn, bro. They make a
that's
lot of
a
money.
oil work. That's that sweet job as far as money is concerned, but that's hard work, as we well know from talking with the homie Batman.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, what did he do? He was like he worked on like an oil rig,
Yeah, he was
like an
one of the rig
offshore oil rig
workers.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like he's roughnecking for sure. That's
yeah,
tough
dude. You
work.
make a lot of fucking money doing those jobs, so man.
You sure do, because it's crazy hard work, and you should be paid
And
well for
dangerous
hard
as
ass
fuck,
work. Yeah. Shout out to Batman, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Much love, big homie. But with that thought, we are at the end of our time. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We do appreciate y'all. If you know by now, I'm going to pass it on over to Uncle Chris, and we're going to start wrapping this up.
Sounds good. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you all tuning in. Of course, check us out, shedtimepodcast.com. You can check out our Patreon there. You can check out all of our content on there. You can check out the Frame Shankle Vapor YouTube channel, where you can check us out on Friday nights, Eastern Standard Time, for the Green Room. Just come by and kick it. Give us those reviews. I think that's everything for me. So everybody be safe. Have a good week. Live your best life. James, take it away.
Of course, shout outs to all the Shedheads for you guys' continuous support. Make sure you're still leaving those 5-star reviews on all those podcasting platforms. Like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Other than that, I'm going to end it as I always do, sing out all those positive vibes. Chris by Fives. Don't forget to tell somebody you love them. And as always, a little bag or dab will do ya.
That's a fact, friends. So one more time, ShedtimePodcast.com has links to everything, the merch site, the Patreon, and so much more. So with that, I'm going to tell you, don't let the bastards get you down. Be cool, don't be a dick, and whatever it is that you do, try and have some fun, because it's the Shedtime Podcast, and it's time to blow one up and blow one out.